So this is really cool. This is actually here from when I was a kid. I'm at the Corning Glass Museum, and this enormous glass honeycomb is part of the Palomar Observatory lens for their telescope, the first time it ever failed when they did the casting. And it's pretty cool because this telescope lens was the largest piece of glass ever cast to date, and it was in 1934 in March, and it took 20 tons of molten Pyrex glass, and it's a 200-inch mold. Now, when this failed, it actually cracked. You can see a lot of cracks and some of the metal rods that were supporting the mold. And so because it failed, they actually took the opportunity to figure out how long the glass would need to cool as it was being made. And this much glass, you can see it's a couple feet thick. This much glass takes a year to cool without cracking. So pretty crazy. And this is the entire innovation section of the Corning Glass Works, and talking about fiber optics and versus carbon. And it's kind of crazy because most people wouldn't expect to see all this science happening in the middle of a really small city in Western New York State. And this has been pretty crazy. Great interactive museum if you got kids. I'm going to show you what this is because it's pretty cool. So when you go on this, you start over here, depending on how tall you are, right? So watch. You start where you are, and then you walk towards it, and your image flips. So here, I'm going to do it, and you'll see on this Periscope. It's kind of bizarre. And then it looks 3D.
Okay,
so.
guys, let this lady.
This is a great museum if you've got kids. So here, watch this. All right. So here we go. You go right in here. You can see, and then the image flips. And it looks three-dimensional when you do it. So this exhibit has awesome things. You can see the textures of all different kinds of things. Now this is actually where Thomas Edison, this museum on Glassworks at Corning, New York, is where Thomas Edison enlisted help to actually perfect the glass of light bulbs. So the light bulbs that we have today, the glass was perfected here, and Pyrex, which is a borosilicate glass, which was perfected here and is this year turning 100 years old. So kind of cool that so much innovation happens in different places. The machinery for glass bottle making was first produced here in Corning, and it's a really popular museum. I'd highly recommend you check it out if you're ever in the area. More things here. So there's all different kinds of exhibits about different kinds of lenses and glass and refraction and the invention of glass ceramic materials. It was also here both for military as well as commercial applications. So this is pretty neat. So here we go. We're going to touch the screen to begin the interactive adventure, and it talks about fused silica and the light properties and how things move and all the advances in science. Definitely kind of geeky, but it's the sort of thing I like.
I was intrigued with the notion of making the purest of glass, and the idea came to him that this would be possible.
So this is an inventor's paradise kind of place. If you're a creative person and you like kind of intellectual, geeky, interactive fun, really a great museum to be in. So they're talking about optical quality glass right here. You can see and how it's made and how it all works. So everything from television were created here to optical properties that allow us to explore space to the cookware in your kitchen. I'll give you some more in a few minutes. Just stay tuned.
Will you start at your height?